What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Like always, like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. Finally, Book Trek 2026 is off to a better start than the first two books I read this month. Like I said before, the first book I read, the Spirit Walk, the Voyager book, I couldn't really give it a rating because it just referenced the show too much, but it was a good book overall, but I didn't give it a rating. The second book I read was by one of my favorite Star Trek authors, S.D. Perry, and some other author I never heard of. And it sucked real bad. So I was like, I need to make up for that. I got to read some Star Trek. So I posted on the Facebook groups and was like, hey, I put 3 Star Trek books down. I was like, which one should I read? And the overwhelming amount was Star Trek, the original series, Ishmael. And a lot of them told me you have to watch this show from the 60s called Here Comes the Brides or something. You don't have to watch it to enjoy this book. You don't need to know nothing about that show to enjoy this book. So, I mean, kudos to anybody that went and watched the show because it's referenced in this book or whatever, but there was no way I was going to watch the show or even spend a few minutes to read the Wikipedia article about the show. So I was like, I'm just going to read the book and see what happens. And if I need to watch the show too much, I'll just, not finish the book or something. But you don't need to know nothing about the show. End of story. Bottom line, this book's a solid 10 out of 10. This is exactly what a Star Trek book should be like. That's not action heavy. It was like a perfect Star Trek episode. It was so good. Basically, it's Spock lost in a Western world, and he gets picked up by this family, these brothers or whatever, that basically they bring in these women from across the country to marry off to the settlers in Seattle and stuff, and it's pretty that part's pretty like, dang, did stuff like that really happen in the 1860s? Probably so. Who knows? It was just a great fun read. The book was super good. That's why I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I really loved it. And the book was by Barbara Hambley. I don't know if my wife's phone's by me. I think she has it. She's going to look up the book cover artist because I do want to go over that. Star Trek Ishmael. And she'll tell me who the artist is because I meant to do that, but I literally just got off work. I ate my dinner. I drank my coffee. I finished the book, and I wanted to immediately shoot the review because it was a fantastic book. A couple of people told me this book was just straight garbage, trash, poo-poo fire, but it really wasn't. It was, let's look at the cover. I mean, first off, let's appreciate the cover. It was really good. And the way it connects to the characters from that show, or, forget the show, the characters in this book at the end, it's just perfection. It was super good how Spock connects to, the people that he met in 1867 in the time warp that he was in. And how he connects. Hang on, I gotta pause. My kid's having a meltdown. Okay, my 5-year-old was having a freaking meltdown because she's suffering on Super Mario 3D World. The fact that she made it to the final world by herself is beyond me. I don't even know how she did it. But the cover art is by Boris Vallejo. That was just the worst pronunciation of that last name and of all of history. But the cover art is amazing. Okay, so I have no idea what I was talking about before that long-winded interruption where I had to pause the video. My son's melting down in the background. The chaos of this channel is just insane to me sometimes. I don't even know why the 5 of you that watch this watch it, because it's ridiculous. But anyways, the connection at the end of the book was super fantastic. I mean, it's literally the last page. Flash it, you're not going to get to read it. The one thing that did irritate me, it was right towards the end as well. Let's see, where was it? Kirk is thinking about, the time era and all that. And, let's offend a lot of people real quick. He says he's remembering something, and he's like, McCoy's ancestors would be dressing up in bed sheets and hoods to pay a call on some carpetbagger. Or he realized uncomfortably, perhaps, to pay a call on one of Uhura's ancestors. Obviously talking about the Triple K scumbags. But you know what? If you're a Star Trek fan and you know all the details about all these characters, does McCoy's ancestors track back from those days? Because, like, my ancestors don't. They came here in, like, 1921 on a ship across the ocean from freaking Germany. and they were just like potato farmers. They were nothing, nobodies. You know what I mean? They didn't do anything. My grandmother traced my German lineage all the way back, and they've been potato farmers forever. It's like they didn't do nothing. You know what I mean? I was destined to be a potato farmer, and that's basically what I'm doing in my life. I'm farming potatoes. So that did kind of irritate me. That little insertion of just like, you know, I read these books to leave real life behind, but sometimes the authors insert real life into the books, and some of them do it really well. This one, it was just a random insertion that didn't need to be there. But with all that being said, the book is still fantastic. It was an amazing book. And as I said all that last few paragraphs of speaking, I'm like, should we even edit that out? And I'm like, no, I'm not going to edit it out, because I know a lot of people feel the same as me. Just because you're white doesn't make you racist. It's the most ridiculous crap I ever heard. And Star Trek should be teaching everybody that. So that random insertion, you know what? I'm about to drop this book down to a 9 out of 10 because now I'm getting mad. That's just the coffee.
You need to calm down.
She said I need to calm down. I'm calm. I'm calm, okay? The book was good. 10 out of 10. I'm not going to drop its rating, but I don't know. The writing was really good. Just that last part towards the end was like, why is that there? It didn't need to be. But the author brings it together, ending the book where I showed you, boop, show you real quick again, and how she connects Spock to, you know, what is essentially his ancestors in the Stemple family from 1867. So, next up, and I've already started it today. I read the first 30 pages on my lunch break at work. We are reading another Star Trek book, The Next Generation Possession. If this is a 10 out of 10, and this one stays as good as the first 30 pages were, it totally obliterates Ishmael. So I'm having a great time with this one so far. I hope it stays on the pace that it started. So
Did you start reading that?
we'll see. I just said I started it on my lunch break. It's freaking awesome. I'm about to go read the crap out of it after this video. But Star Trek original series, this was number 23, Ishmael, a crossover with the House of Brides show from the 60s. Never gonna watch that show. I'm never gonna watch it. But if you want to watch the show and read the book and watch the original series, do it up. You know what I mean? The book was fantastic. I highly recommend it. It was a great book, even with my little nitpicking thing about, you know, a whole whopping 3 sentences in the book. The rest of it was really good. There was not that much action. I think there was maybe 5 pages of action in the entire book, but it didn't need it. It didn't need it. This was the perfect episodic little novel for, you know, an evening read. And if, you know, I could have sat down and read it in one evening if I would have started it, you know, in the evening. I love these short little pocket books like this. So, great book. Check it out. 10 out of 10. Like and comment. If you hate me for what I said, leave a comment down below, because even your hate helps, and I appreciate it. Later.